Tonight, the massive manhunt is finally over, but the investigation is just getting started. A man now in custody several hours after he allegedly exchanged gunfire with a Lee County Sheriff's deputy. It happened last night in Pine Manor.
24-year-old Roan Sagasi reportedly targeted a deputy who was responding to a domestic disturbance on 6th Avenue. Well, that sparked a huge search that shut down the neighborhood through the early morning hours.
4 in your corner's Tony Sadiku live in Pine Manor right now, digging deeper into this investigation. Tony?
Good evening, Patrick, Amy. We're at the home where it all began. An argument inside that apartment ended in gunshots in an 8-hour manhunt late last night. Today, deputies investigating the bullet-riddled scene. The home of families now shaken up by the incident.
We heard like him banging on the back door, and then in between, there was no in between. Like, I heard a couple steps and then bang, 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 like about 7 or 8 times.
An argument, a call to 911, then gunshots as deputies arrived to a domestic dispute between a woman and her ex-boyfriend.
And we heard scuffling, like running, and I guess he went around the house, and that's when I heard the officer say he's shot.
Deputies on the scene exchanging gunfire with 24-year-old Roan Sagasi, who was shot in the leg before escaping around 7 Wednesday evening. This next-door neighbor recalling those frightening moments.
I instantly started looking around the house because I have a son, man. I have a 2-year-old. So my first spot was to look for the safest place in the house.
Deputies blocking off every road into Pine Manor as they search for Sagasi from the ground and from the air. A scary sight for this mother of 5.
My kids, luckily, they don't hang out in the streets or anything. They're always home. But I feel like it's getting closer and closer every day.
The woman who lives here tells me Sagasi knocked on her door around 3 in the morning, waking her up. She looked out her window and saw Sagasi sitting here. That's when she called police. Deputies arriving to the home just a few blocks away and arresting Sagasi. Today, Lee County Sheriff's deputies investigating the bullets that struck the walls and windows. This neighbor tells me Sagasi was his neighbor's ex-boyfriend, and they often argued.
We frequently heard throughout the weeks of them being together arguing, and sometimes things would get thrown in the house.
Chaos that's concerning for this neighbor.
The first thing I'm thinking now is I have to get out of here. This isn't a safe place to live for anybody that has kids.
In a much different scene tonight than last night, we're told the ex-girlfriend is doing okay. We're also told that the deputies involved in that exchange of gunfire last night were not hurt. Sheriff Mike Scott praising those deputies involved in a statement saying the effort of manpower and resources put forth to remove this thug from our streets demonstrates the resolve of the Lee County Sheriff's Office. Reporting live in Lee County tonight, Tony Sadiku, Fox 4 in your corner.